Hi, welcome to Interviews at the Undertown and to the 13th Annual Port Townsend Film Festival. I'll be interviewing you. My name is R. O'Donnell, just the letter R. And we have Chris Jones, Allison Hyatt with It's a Ring Thing documentary. So why don't you begin, Chris, and tell us a little bit about what your involvement was in the film.
Well, we partnered on the film. We took a class together called DIY Documentary. And so we came up with the concept, and we bought a camera. We both did the filming. I did most of the editing, but we definitely pulled a couple all-nighters together. And yeah, kind of the creative director, editor, and partner.
Cool. And Allison, you're?
Yeah, so I just helped a lot with lighting and filming and sitting by Chris's. She learned how to do editing. This is our first time we've ever made a movie. So we just really didn't know what we didn't know, and we were learning it together as we went along. So, yeah.
Are you the whole crew? Are you the,
Yep.
Pretty much,
Okay,
yeah.
so you did. So why, tell us a little bit about the film, the documentary.
There is a tradition in Oregon, I guess you would call it a tradition in Portland, where in 1890 there were steel metal rings that were embedded into the ground for people at that time to tie their carriages up to. And Portland has made it a law to keep those in the ground. So now in 2012, all these years later, they're still there. And about 5 years ago, an artist named Scott Wayne, Indiana, who had an affinity for the rings, decided that he would take dozens of toy horses that are just teeny tiny and tie them up to the rings around Portland as a public art project. And people were very amused and loved it and ended up adopting it themselves. And then Scott has now moved to New York, but Portland carries on the tradition of tying up these little toy horses to the rings.
So that's in a nutshell, It's a Ring Thing. And I noticed in the documentary you interviewed him, his art project via the computer.
Yeah,
And
Skype.
Skype, yeah, excellent. So you were using the medium. So
Yeah.
now, what was the response to the rings prior to making a film about it?
I think it's just been something that, again, people have he's brought attention to them. I mean, I don't know, prior to him starting this project, people would just look at it and not necessarily understand what it was, or it wasn't necessarily as notable part of character as to Portland as it is now, because people will be walking down the street and you see these small horses, and it's just part of that charm that you will find and see. And it's definitely, and as the film that we hope captured, talking to people on the street, that it just brings this surprise and delight to your day to all of a sudden see one of these things that, 9 times out of 10 you would have never even noticed. And like we said, I think the thing we've really enjoyed when we were researching it is how into it people have gotten to these, and they'll put together little sceneries with like grass or little miniature hay bales or sugar cubes, and there's just some really great creative people that have kept on the tradition.
And the thing about the rings, if you're from Portland or have been to Portland, you have a relationship with the rings.
Yeah.
You've encountered them and seen them, or ran across a little horse tied to them. So everybody has a relationship with them. You can't talk to anybody who doesn't go, oh yeah, the rings,
the
I know what you're
rings."
talking about. But nobody has a way of knowing who's behind it, what it's about. And so that was one of the things that we really wanted to answer by doing the film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you dispelled a mystery.
Yeah.
The town, so this is the person, this is the project. And I guess
Yeah.
he did it to bring an awareness to the rings themselves as a art project, saying this is here,
Yep.
and this is it. Now, little horses are tied, but it isn't really quite what they were used for.
No.
Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
We researched it, and so what we could find is that they were really used for the carriages.
Right.
So of the horse-drawn carriages. They're really for the carriages. However, we do hear, we didn't see it when we were filming, that the horse police in Portland actually will tie up the horses with the rings.
You mean still?
Still,
So it's still functional?
yeah.
Now, do you ever get anybody talking about, tripping over these things or getting in the way of it, or is it, because I know I see cars parked.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
No?
Nobody trips. There are people that will take a horse off of a ring and steal it, or
really?
Yeah.
there are people that will take them and then relocate them.
Yeah.
We put a horse up in front of my house, and I found it like 10 feet down the street because somebody had parked up on the sidewalk and kind of just cut it off of the
oh
ring,
my,
and so
plastic horse thief.
I've got it in my car ready to hook up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually had a whole separate part of the story as we were filming that we were talking about yesterday could maybe be the dramatic portion, part 2, but where there is actually this horse rustlers, where these are so popular, or people want to take the horses because
Right.
it is sort of an icon of Portland. And in talking with Scott, he really wanted the film to just be positive and upbeat, so we didn't put that in there. But there was a bakery in Portland that would put signs out by their horse, like letters to the horse rustlers, and they sort of would be trying to get people to not take these things. So it's just really funny.
Now, where are they exactly? Can you kind of give us an idea? Because you said outside of your house. I mean, are they also outside the city, or?
They're basically
okay.
all downtown Portland, and then there are quadrants in Portland, so it's northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest, and they're probably, I would say, 5 to 10 miles, 5 to 10 mile radius outside of Portland. So definitely in neighborhooded areas, and also in kind of the more shopping downtown areas of
Right.
Portland. Yeah.
Now, technically, about the film, how much film did you have to shoot to get? Your film runs
10 minutes.
10 minutes, and how much footage did you
I
have to
think
shoot?
we had 8 or 9 hours.
I think,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
right about that.
Yeah.
And what did you edit on?
Final Cut 10.
First time?
Yeah.
Tell me the experience.
Oh wow. Well, I'm a graphic designer,
Okay.
so I am really familiar with Photoshop and Illustrator. So it felt kind of like an extension of that. Some of the
Right,
key
right.
commands and the Adobe products are kind of their own language. So it wasn't like totally starting from scratch, but it was a huge learning curve, and it took so much more time than I ever imagined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really rewarding and really incredibly gratifying
Yeah.
to create something like that. And Scott Wayne Indiana, the artist, is really connected to Portland, the creative community. So he hooked us up with a musician friend of his, and his dad is also a jazz musician and a recording artist. And we were able to work with him to create an original score for the movie, which
Oh,
was
good.
cool. And we
Yeah,
worked in some of Scott's dad's original music into the film.
Wow.
So when it premiered, his dad came to the film and then recognized his own music used
Oh,
in the
great.
score. Yeah, it was great.
What did you shoot the film on?
A Canon, I mean, I don't even know. We went
Yeah.
to Best Buy, got the best camera that we could get for $500. And
Had our
yeah.
tripod, did our lighting setups that we had learned how to do in class. We literally were pulling out our notebook of from class of like, okay, it says we're supposed to put the light on this side of the interviewee, and then we'll go over here and we'll put it over here. And we're like, no, my notes say this. And so it was just really fun. We go to a lot of film festivals. In fact, that's where we met, was at a film festival.
Which
and,
one?
We met at Sundance
Okay.
Film Festival, and then we both attend a lot. And so when we took this class together, I think I was thinking about this as you were talking about the editing. We have so much admiration for the films that we have watched, the documentaries, that people could make something over 10 minutes. Because it was our lives for the time when we were working on it, and just for 10 minutes, it was just unbelievable that people make an hour or 2 hour movies. I just it really
Gives you
humbled.
respect for the amount of
Very
time.
humbled,
put into it.
very humbled by the process.
Yeah.
And how's been the response to your film?
It's
Really
been
good.
really good. We this is our first film festival, and where it's premiered. We're in a couple other film festivals. Our friends and family, we have our groupies in the audience, have been really supportive. Yeah, exactly. And it's just been so much fun. Really good response. And the thing I think we both really enjoy is when people from Portland in particular, other places say, "Oh, I didn't even know about this. That's so cool. I'm going to look for that." Or, "You know what? I have one of those outside of my house and I'm going to adopt this." But I think overall, it just people feeling really good. Just this really fun, uplifting feeling.
We feel that a lot of times, and one thing we love about documentaries is that if you do a documentary, you do it because you're passionate about the topic. And a lot of that passion can be fueled by being fed up or wanting to spread awareness about something negative, which is
Right.
okay, but we wanted to take kind of a different approach to that. So it was really fun to watch it play at the theater here and hear people, the crowd, like hear when they laugh and what they laugh about, and kind of get those fresh eyes after working on it for so long. It's fun to,
Yeah.
really gratifying to watch a crowd.
Yes.
So you've been having a good time here.
Oh, yeah.
Very.
So,
Yeah.
so tell me, what do you think of the festival so far?
It just from beginning to end, I really want to thank everybody that has participated as our first time of coming to this festival, being in a film festival, the people, everybody, people involved with the festival, the town people that haven't been, have just been so gracious and wonderful and just really
Yeah.
great experience.
One of our favorite parts was actually being in the parade. We got to be on the flatbed truck coming
you
down
came
the
down the
hill.
hill in the flatbed
Yeah.
truck?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It was
so much
really fun.
Yeah.
A little bit of old Hollywood?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was really fun. And then it really felt like a town experience. Like everybody's involved in making this happen. And we just really thank everybody. It's been a great experience.
Great. So, have any good war stories about filming?
Any good
Things
horror?
things that didn't go quite as planned, or things that you had to,
Oh, I've got one.
Okay.
I mean, not really horror, but
No, it
if
doesn't
you
have
watch our film, like, again, we're new at this, so we had one lav mic instead of two, and we were interviewing two people,
Yeah.
but we had one mic. So we, instead of like hooking it here, which you'll normally see, we put it right here on the shoulder,
shoulders.
so it's like pointing this way, which we open every time we watch the film.
Yeah.
We just giggle. We're like, hopefully nobody can see that mic like clipped to the shoulder.
Yeah.
Maybe starting a new trend on a budget movie. Yeah.
it gives
Yeah.
hope to all young filmmakers, that they
Yeah.
can make mistakes and still come up with a good
Yeah, the
documentary.
audio picked up great.
Yeah, I think that's part of the fun is that we really didn't know when we would go out to film different things happening. You don't know what's going to happen, and so being able to roll with it. So again, we didn't really have any horror stories, but now watching it, of course, we can see things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the fun parts too was Al and I were out after class. We'd go out to Kells and get a beer and talk about the film, and we were talking about this one segment where one of the people in the film, we were going to do a reenactment of going out in the rain and tying up a horse, and Al's like, I'm going to do it right now. And I'm like, and I'm going to film you right now through the windows, pouring down rain. So it turned out to be a good part of the film.
It's actually in
and,
the movie, and people are in the restaurant, and she's up against the window with their camera in the restaurant. I'm outside. She's like, one more time, go back. Everybody's, we're like in a bar. People are drinking. She's filming through the window. I'm walking back and forth. So anyway, it was really fun.
So you wanted to have a fun project. You had a lot of fun in the process.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we laughed a lot.
All right. So
Yeah.
you're doing marketing, obviously. You have T-shirts.
Yes, we do.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Can you get them? Can people
Yeah.
buy
You
them?
can if you
get the information.
We have a website called ringthingmovie.com.
Okay.
And there we've got photos of pictures all over town of different horses. You can order the T-shirts there. You can find out all kinds of information.
Those
on
are
the
pretty
website.
fancy too. They don't look like the regular you know,
Yeah.
it looks like they're a little bit more fashionable, like you might want to wear them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. These
Yeah.
are the film
Yeah.
cut, you know,
Great.
filmmaker editions of
Okay.
these. So, yeah.
So who's the marketeer?
Both of us.
We
Oh,
both
you
are.
both- you both come up with the ideas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So any other screenings in the future? Talk about
We,
that.
yeah, we have the Bend Film Festival in a
Okay.
couple of weeks.
Where's that?
In Bend, Oregon.
Okay, Oregon.
And then we were actually, there's one in Hot Springs Documentary Festival
In
in
Arkansas.
Arkansas. So we were, that's in a couple weeks as well. And then we're eagerly waiting to hear back from several others. So we will see.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Future plans?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have?
Yeah, we,
2 more documentary ideas
Yeah.
that we're going to be doing. We're going to be
Can we get a little sneak?
they're still in the making.
Okay.
So
Alright.
we're still in that brainstorming. But we are really excited. We will definitely be submitting to the Port Townsend Film Festival again.
and
Alright.
the concepts behind all our films are films. It's our tagline is films to keep you young.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
Chris, Allison, thanks so much for joining us, and
Thank you.
enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
bet.
Yeah.
You bet.